With a pick in the season opener against Hawaii, UCLA safety, he's also a Notre Dame transfer. He's also Bakersfield raised. Ramon Henderson is our pick to join the Bruin Insider Show with Nick Cope. I'm Brian Fenley. Ramon, appreciate you being a part of this.
Yep.
Thanks for your time.
Yep, thank you guys for having me.
We have noticed that the defense continues to get better, and it just seems like they're on the verge of a breakthrough. How close do you feel like this team is?
In my opinion, even though I'm a little more biased, I do think we're on the grass. We're getting there. We're nearing the edge right now. I think progressively every game, every week, even every practice, we're trying to get to the level we want to be. It takes a minute. I wish we could have had a hotter start, but there's more to it. There's light at the end of the tunnel, and I think we're going to close out the way we want to.
In the secondary, there's guys with a lot of experience, but perhaps not necessarily experience playing together.
Mm-hmm.
How have you seen you guys all come together as a group in the back end of the defense?
Mm-hmm. On that note, I would say a lot of good components. How you said it, a lot of vets, a lot of knowledge, a lot of experience, then coming together. At first, it could be a little shaky. Everyone thinks, this is my way of doing things, blah, 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 blah. But a lot of good components aren't going to mesh together as well as you think, but will, become a solid very fast, if that makes sense. If, let's just say, for instance, let's say, hot chocolate or whatever. You got the milk, the chocolate, the cocoa, the marshmallows. It doesn't just, it's all separate things at first until it becomes the perfect drink of choice, right? I think that's my way of how I think about it. There was a lot of good things to learn, just how people do things, what they think in certain scenarios, give or take, just a lot of exchanging, a lot of good combos, but we're working. I think we're getting things good, things going.
I like that analogy
Yeah.
that you brought up. I think that I'm going to use that for something in the future. But what is it that you have as far as an ingredient, going off of your metaphor, that you bring that is something that nobody else has on this team?
Yeah. I'm going to try to keep the examples of just some type of food. So let's say, to start, let's just say for instance, this is Thanksgiving here, everyone has the turkey, whatever, blah, blah, blah. But I think, it paints the picture as the good dessert. I think I'm a dessert type of guy. I bring a little splash of flavor, a lot of good ending to it, I think what I bring to the table in football is a little different of a type of football. Obviously in the past here, Pac-12 schools, a lot of people on our team are from Pac-12 schools. I had the opportunity and the blessing to play against some Big 12 teams, some Big Ten teams, some ACC teams, some SEC teams. I played a little bit of football, you can say. I've been playing football for a while, so I guess just how I said, everyone has their little spark of knowledge. I think my knowledge comes in a different way. We all have different varieties, but I think I can add on to the teams that we play this year. It's not a difference for me. It's a lot of the people here play pass first options. I think you got to start thinking rather than the 7-on-7 type of thing. Is a lot of teams now that we play this schedule is what's the mismatch? What's going to create the most problematic for the defense? Where is what's a lot of and I think a big part of it too is the teams that we play, their cultures are instilled in their teams. They had their head coaches for a while, so they pride themselves on doing this. Anybody can come out in the first quarter, try to be a little cute, try to be a little different, give you a little sporadicness, but at the end of the day, you're gonna go back to what you like as your bread and butter, and I think that's where my little knowledge can give an effect.
Playing at Notre Dame, all those big environments and those big teams you talk about, get your degree and a chance to grad transfer. What brought you back home to California and playing here at UCLA?
Real good blessing, real big opportunity. Nonetheless, I had some other things that I could have went for, but I just thought this was the best thing for me. A little closer to home. I am from Bakersfield. I'm a little northern than here. Me and my family, we were dealing with a little sickness at the time too, so it just felt right. It felt right. Talked to some of the guys on the phone, talked to a couple coaches on the phone, and just I just felt like, it'd be a good thing. I had a teammate coming here as well. I had another teammate from the past I used to play with come here as well. So it's like, I mean, you can only put so much sugar in the Kool-Aid, and it only tastes even better, if that makes sense. So it was just a lot of things that were telling me yes. So I think it worked out.
Our guest on the Bruin Insider Show is Ramon Henderson. He is a safety, a Notre Dame transfer with Nick Cope. I'm Brian Fenley. You mentioned the closeness now from being from Bakersfield, and now that's a lot closer than when you were in South Bend. How has that family been there for you, and being close to them, how has that been a source of inspiration for you?
I think it plays a huge part, honestly, for me. I mean, I had no problem with my mom going across the country for last year, even the couple of years before. My mom came to a lot of games, and she still does. But, I grew up with just my mom, just me and my mom since a little kid. And I think as a child growing up through Little League to track to football to whatever sport it may be, I can count on one hand how many times my mom missed a game. And it's not even over 3. And it was a little different going over there, not seeing my mom from time to time. And now I see my mom every week again. And it puts a smile on my face just to see, like, seeing her, seeing all my friends again. I never get to see my friends as often as I did before. It's a plus. I think that wasn't like my main focus when coming here, but it definitely does make a difference.
We've seen over the years a lot of guys from Bakersfield and from the Central Valley as a whole come down here, play some really good football. And I feel like in talking to those guys, there's always a little chip from guys that come from the Central Valley, as if they've maybe been a little bit overlooked compared to most of the guys coming from Southern California. So what does it mean for you to play at Notre Dame, play here at UCLA on some of the biggest stages, and get to represent Bakersfield?
First off, just talking about Baco, man, I think anybody that has made it out, made it D1, for even instance, Chris, Jay Love, who's with the Packers, Derek Carr, just all the people who are just doing their thing that's from our city. For me, it's a hand of applause because, man, I ain't going to say we have the roughest city in the world, but it's hard to get out of it. It's a lot of things that, distract you. It's a lot of things that get in your way. And I think we're a good city. It's just, man, we're under-recruited. We're looked over. We got a lot of good kids in our spot. We got a lot of dogs who can play. I go home a couple times and I'll be like, damn, like, why is he not doing the same thing I am? Or even there might be, there's kids who are truly better than me, and who have even more like a promising future in my perspective. And it's just crazy. Like LA, obviously, big city, a lot of recruitment here, and then it's a place hour and a half away, and no one even like bypasses it really. Like, it just comes here and there. But I think it's starting to pick up. Obviously, like someone like myself, we got G Buck on the team. He's from Baco. He's from Liberty Boy. He's a Liberty Boy. Carl, who was just here last year. A couple guys before that. We're starting to get it in. People are starting to put it. We're starting to put ourselves on notice. I think it'll be more promising for everyone who's little right now, the next generation, that we're gonna have more people coming out.
When that next generation watches what you do, you said promising future. They look at your story. You're giving them hope. And you're mentioning how that's playing all out. And what sort of, with that said, understanding what's on your shoulders and how you are setting an example, how much pride do you take in setting an example and leading to more of a confluence of people coming out of the ranks, whether it's in football or whatnot, just finding their way to what they want to do from Bakersfield?
I think whatever it is you do, you said football or not, if I wasn't doing football, I'm a little bit of a nerd too. If I wasn't doing football, I'd be in school or doing something. It might be running track maybe, but man, just to those kids just any person that knows me, or I feel like I pride myself on trying to be not too big of like an influence. I don't want anyone to, go about how I did things, copy anything. You always got to be your own person, but doing the best I can. Any kid that asks me for some cleats and gloves, like, I'm going to try to do it because I know their background, know what happens. I know how it is to be, not on the less fortunate, or be on the less fortunate side of things. And then, when you start getting things good, everything can be a little greater. I had the blessing to just the people that I met going to my second high school, man, it was just like I feel like my life turned around, and I kind of feel like it's my duty to give back just how someone had given to me. Met a lot of good people who I think if I didn't meet, I don't think I'd be here today, honestly. So if anyone needs my help, I try my best.
Yeah, we heard about your mom, of course, and the great impact she's had on you. But who are some of those other people that helped you get to where you are here today?
Yeah, my mom for sure. One of my closest friends, his pops is like a father figure to me. Two of them to be exact. I got my boy Mason, his pops Dave. Close friends as I was little. Same with Zarek and his pops. And then I got a little league coach, Coach Abbott, Coach Terry, who really helped me since I was like a jit, just like a little young boy. And then high school, man, I met Coach Lucero at my first school. He really helped me. And then that transition going to Liberty, man, Coach Nixon, Coach Rains, Coach J.O., I think right there was like the time where I was just like everyone around me kind of who was playing good at the time were all getting recruited. And, like at that moment, you want the same thing. I felt like I was doing some things that were similar to them, but I just wasn't the guy yet, if that makes sense. And blessing came, obviously, got my shot. I met those people. I think, honestly, Coach Nixon, Coach JL, Coach Renz, they gave me a new intent on how to do things, how to go about things, and instilled a little hard working in me. I wasn't in the right mindset at the time. I don't think I worked hard beforehand. I think a lot of my stuff that I was doing at the time was just God-given. Just me being more blessed than another person, just running around faster, being able to do a little couple of things with my body a little different than others. But those people actually taught me how to go about things, how to, like, if I really want this to be serious, if I don't want my mom to pay for school, this is what I need to do on a daily basis. And, yeah, without those three people at the very ending, I think I had a very good foundation, but if I didn't meet those three people, the life wouldn't be the life right now.
Our guest on the Bruin Insider Show is Ramon Henderson, UCLA safety. Last one from me, Ramon. First of all, I love the authenticity, the realness, the transparency that you're sharing with us. And with your mom, I have to imagine that post-game, you've had some pretty memorable conversations with her. If there was one that you could share with us that sticks with you after a game, where whether you were on the phone with your mom or whether you saw her after the game in person, that really hits hard and that you'll take with you for a lifetime.
Sheesh. I could say a couple of things. Me and my mom are like, we're mom and son, but that's my dog right there. My mom's like my best friend. And especially just what we went through. Like, my mom wasn't the healthiest of all people for not too long. We went through a little hiccup, really. We all good now. We went through a little hiccup last year. She's just, I know my mom will always be by my side, whether right or wrong. I know me being happy truly gives her, like, a heartwarming feel. Like, I can just tell, like, just even through the face. She's not smiling at me. She gives me that little glow in the eye. Like, I just know, like, how she feels. It's, I would say just I can't really say what game it was, but just to hug my mom, just that big old smile, and just her just telling me I'm proud of her. She's proud of me. She loves me. I think we done some special things. And I say we because I think that truly without her, like, I'd be a mess. I think she did a lot of good things with me. I ain't saying I'm the best thing in the world. I do some wrongs. I got some hiccups too, but that's my dog right there.
From your mom being the rock of your family to the family you have here at UCLA, from the coaches to the players, beyond the X's and O's on the field, what's it like to be a member of this Bruin football family?
Yep. Proud and happy. I say it with a smile. I poke out my chest. I'm a Bruin now. I pride myself on what we do. I don't think we're all in the best of mindsets right now. We're not the happiest we can be, but I think we're going to get to the point that we want to get to. I'm happy with the new people I've met, the coaches I've met, the new brothers I have. I don't think everyone gets to say, like, they met so many special people, and I think I have in a very short-lived life. I've met a lot of good people. I was excited coming here. I'm still excited being here. I don't know how I'll be leaving, but things have been really good in Westwood.
There's a lot of good people here, and you're a good person. And I could just feel that. I could feel the vibe
Thank
radiating.
you.
I feel like we really harnessed that in this conversation. Ramon Henderson, what a thrill it was to have him on the Bruin Insider Show for Nick Kopai and Brian Fenley. Thanks so much for your
Appreciate
openness,
you guys.
and thanks so much for being such a motivating force throughout the UCLA football community.
Thank you.